everyone, my name is Pooja. Welcome back to my channel PM Professionals. So in this video today we're going to talk about how do you get into project management role or maybe how do you break into project management role or how do you shift your career into project management. So yes, you might be working into operations, marketing, any other profiles and you have good industry experience but you want to shift your career into project management, so this video is for you. Yeah, so here I'll be sharing some of best practices which is my best practices which work for me and I hope will be helpful for you guys as well. So if you want to break into project management profile and to know more about project management, this is the right video for you. So without any further delay, let's know more and let's get started. So number one, so before you think of getting into project management role or thinking of a career shift, it's really important to know what projects are and how it works. So basically you need to think like a project manager and everything around you could be transformed into projects. So in very simple terms or a layman language, we encounter projects in our daily lives irrespective of home or at work. So think about a project for a minute. At work you might be building or contributing to a deliverable like a report, a website, a tool, even a building. And at home, you might be making a meal, planning a vacation, or even working on upgrading your home. So these and many other examples are around you, which are true example of project which has a defined start and end date, a goal, scope, and resources, wherein they all require some level of management, which is called a project management. So let's take a real-time example. You might have been involved for organizing any event such as a birthday party, any college event, a farewell party for a colleague or anything. So let's take an example to understand it in detail. So for example, your manager asks you to organize a farewell party for your colleague. So your manager, in this case, your manager is a client or a stakeholder, and being the organizer of this party, you are the project manager. Yes, the project manager. So, your first step gonna be to know the details, like where's the party and where the party needs to be organized, what should be in the menu, who all should be invited, what should be the date of the farewell, and what is going to be the send-off gift, and who all will be giving the speech, and many more such questions. And asking these questions and collecting these information in project management term is called requirement gathering. So yes, you are collecting the requirements, you are understanding the requirement, and you are getting to know the details from your client or the stakeholder. So collecting these information is basically defining the scope of the project. So once you get to know where the party is and what is going to be the menu, and there will be 50 people who will be invited to the farewell, and maybe 2nd of next month is the farewell date, and we are going to give so and so gift to the person, and these are the 2 people who will give the speech with 5 minutes of speech, and getting all the information about the farewell. Once you understand the scope, you get into the planning mode wherein you start delegating the work to the team. The second step comes into picture, planning phase. So for example, like person A is responsible for food, another person is responsible for venue, the next person for gift, and someone will give the speech. The person has decided that who will be going to giving the speech, and another person is responsible to manage the guest list, and kind of managing all of them. That's what project manager does. They understand the scope and they delegate the work and they oversee everything. So similarly, in a software world, you will get a project and you will have developers, tester, designer, stakeholder, and so on. When you start planning for the dates, by this date the food should be ordered, by this date the gift should be purchased, by this date the venue should be booked, and very important, you also manage the budget. So you need to ensure that you're not going over budget because you don't want to spend from your pocket. So for example, the project budget is 10,000, the farewell budget is 10,000. So you need to ensure the budget is not overshooting and everything decided and all the activities are coming within the budget, not overshooting the project budget. So once all these activities are decided and it is delegated and the planning is done that by which date which activity has to be done, there is a term called risk identification or potential risk identification. So we have the task decided, but we need to think that in case any task is not getting completed on the defined date, then what? What is the plan B, or what is the risk mitigation plan? So for example, if the person who's supposed to give the speech is not showing up on that day, or maybe on leave, so who can pitch in on that day, or maybe who is the backup person who can give the speech? Similarly, for all the other tasks, or for all the key important tasks, we need to have a backup or a plan B, that in case the original task is not finished on the day of it should be done, or maybe any blocker comes up or any issues comes up, then what is the backup plan B? So the next step comes up, the execution mode, wherein you and your team members start executing the plan. You start calling the venue person, you start talking to the restaurant, you start inviting people, and similarly in the software project, team starts the development and the testing. And as a project manager, along with overseeing all the tasks, you are also coordinating. Like the venue is ready, the food is ready, gift is bought, cake is there. So basically you are overseeing and ensuring that everybody is doing what they're supposed to do. So along with these, as a project manager, you are also supporting the team to resolve any blockers or showstoppers or issues. So now the execution is done, the farewell is done, and after the farewell, you and your team members who worked on organizing this farewell, you all kind of discussed that what went well, this could have been a little better, or this could have been done in another way, in a better way. So this is called the retrospective in project management world, wherein you discuss what went well, what could have been better, or what we can, do in a better way, more better way, a kind of lessons learned. So that's basically an end-to-end project management, wherein you get the requirement, you define the scope, you plan the execution, define the dates, assess the risk, define the risk mitigation model, execute the project, test the project, and deliver the project. So basically this was a simplified version of organizing a farewell party, wherein we try to fit in all the project management steps, but of course when you go in a real world there will be more steps. When you go by the book there will be more steps, but yes, this was an attempt to make you understand, without even experience, without even having background of project management, how can you turn the projects on, and how can you execute the projects by following the simplified execution model. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and yeah, these were my 5 cents about project management. How do you get into project management even without having the experience, and how do you explore the project management world? I hope these tips and suggestions will be helpful for you guys. I hope this real-time experience or the example will be helpful for you guys to think like a project manager, and how we can execute the projects into a software project world. So if you like this video, click on the like button, and to know more about project management, please subscribe my channel. Thank you everyone.